Hey, hey, good evening. Happy Friday. It's Friday Night Aces.
Friday Night Aces. Good to see you, everybody.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Already got Bezcar in the chat, of course. I'm not sure he ever leaves, but it's always good to see you, my young friend. Good to see you, Zig. And more people coming in.
More people coming in? Excellent.
Always a blast to see. Okay, good news, good
Hey,
news.
quick question. We were not hearing the audio on the music coming through, and we did a test there real quick. Did you guys hear it, or was it silent? I have to check something after that. But anyways, we're here Friday night. We're not playing a game tonight. What we're going to be doing is building out our Hinterlands / Scouring Sands / Mercenary / any Catalyst product campaign unit that we are going to run through everything we can possibly run it through leading up to the release of Scouring Sands, and then obviously campaign through that as well.
I think we've been seeing a lot of questions lately in a variety of different sources. Folks are so excited for Scouring Sands, they want to have their force prepped and ready to go as soon as they crack open that box.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions. How many points do you start with? Where can we bring units in? Can we bring in our own things that we've used in the past? The answer is yes, yes, yes to all the above. So, I guess first things first. We're not gonna ruin any of the books here. We want to keep lots of it as a surprise for you guys. I did, however, we do listen. We did the unboxing video, Tommy and myself, and people were a little bit. Some of them were like, "Oh, it's hard to see" or whatever, because it was a smaller screen. And we did that for a couple of reasons, right? We were trying to show off what you get. We weren't really trying to do a review of our own product. So we wanted you guys to see, these are all the cool things you're going to get without, getting into detail, because, lots of wonderful other influencers and people out there are going to do awesome reviews, I'm sure. I'm biased, but I was a play tester on this for a long time, so was Jesse. We know it's awesome. But other people are going to do independent reviews on it as well, right? So I did create, so you guys can see it a little closer. Now, obviously, we're not going to let you zoom in on the cards, so we want that to be a surprise for you guys. But there's a better shot of everything. Jesse does have some of the miniatures over beside him. We'll bring them up periodically as you guys ask questions as we're going through the campaign. I got to slide over a little bit here. I was a little bit off center. And there we go. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit off center there. And so from there, we'll just go back to our main screen, and here we go. So Hinterlands campaign. So I'm looking in the chat here. What are everybody's thoughts here? We're going to make a mercenary unit, okay? So the mercenary unit is going to be called, obviously, the Network. That's going to be our unit name. From there, try not to urban mech us to death. And
that being said, donate a little money to the channel. We're gonna have a hard time turning you down. If someone wants to spend, $2-3 per urban mech, and we end up with a ton of urban mechs, we'd be grateful for your support, of course.
Okay. And I honestly do have 40 urban mechs unpainted here at the studio. We've got 3 of those box sets of the companies, and then I've got the additional Lance pack. Oh, I got the Lamb too. So we got 42 of them.
I was shocked. No hyperbole. I was shocked to learn that he had not already painted up the Urban Mech Lamb. I've painted up my Urban Mech Lamb, and Mr. Lamb over here.
I'm gonna say this. This is a behind-the-scenes thing. The Urban Mech Lamb. Before that got leaked, when Randall sent that picture out, okay? I knew about the Urban Mech Lamb before then, okay? And Tommy thought, we were talking about Mech 7 back then, getting the very, very early stages of developing it, and they wanted me to pilot the Urban Mech Lamb, and I was like, not a chance. And that's why there's not a chance.
This guy mad, but this
not a chance. Not a chance on my piloting. I think I'm gonna be dead on turn 2 every game. I'm like, there's no chance I'm using this thing. It's not happening, right? But yeah, that's my aversion to the Urban Mech Lamb, because Tommy was trying to get me to pilot that, and I was like, just not happening. So that said, we're gonna create a campaign here that utilizes not only Scouring Sands concept for it. But we're also going to touch on the Mercenaries Kickstarter core rules, how that starts off. Also with Hinterlands, okay? And we will touch a little bit on Force Manual Mercs. I did mention that earlier. I talked to Randall, so that I can tease a little bit of stuff here for you guys. So I will marry that all together as we're doing it. So because there are different kind of not systems to do it, but ways to do it between the three books. So, Jesse, Mercenaries Kickstarter. When you build your unit, I believe it's the same as Hinterlands.
It's the same as 3,000 BV, or translated 100 PV for Alpha Strike.
Yes.
Now, it's assuming you're starting with everybody skill 4-5. Makes sense. This is a mercenary unit. Not a lot of these folks have been to Naeus. It is also assuming that you're building from the era. Now, Scouring Sands is an Ilclan era campaign. So what that means is we're going to be making sure that these units are available in the Ilclan era. Maybe not necessarily produced in the Ilclan era, but they have to be there on the faction lists. As for factions, though, I don't know if we're necessarily tying ourselves down to a specific place. Following the letter of the law, you would probably stick to the mercenary or IS general faction lists.
So I think we're going to stick to the mercenary because I did say we're going to touch on Force Manual Mercs a little bit. That's upcoming release, hope by the end of the year, and there is a portion of it that I'm going to talk about that pertains to list building, because there is another mechanic in Force Manual Mercs that's a little different than just PV. Okay, so the way we build, as you said, you get a 3,000 BV in Classic, or 100 PV for Alpha Strike in both Hinterlands and Mercenaries Kickstarter. All right, in Aces Scouring Sands, you get a starting point value of...
You're going right up to 400.
There you go. 400, and I believe you have to have 8 units, right?
8 units minimum. Scouring Sands assumes that this is a more veteran unit. You're not just pulling yourself together with one Kit Fox out of the jungle. You're going up against Renegade Falcons in Scouring Sands. You need people who know what they're doing and have some stuff in the bag to help.
Yes. So, okay. That said, now you're going to have 400 points for Scouring Sands to build your unit, right? So, when you see Force Manual Mercs release, this is the part I'll touch on. They don't just build units in there, especially character homebrew units, based off of battle value or point value. They have a combat command point system which lets you build your unit by infrastructure. So it is like an overall overarching point system that allows you to assign multiple forces, i.e. formations, into your unit. So that way you're not just building off as a starting lance. You can start off as the size of Wolf Dragoons if you wanted to, using the point system for the combat command points. Okay. They also allow you to add things like unique characters in there and whatnot. So that's a little bit of a tease I said I would give for Merc. So what we're going to do when we build this, we are going to build our unit as one force or formation that ultimately, when Force Manual Mercenaries drops, is going to be only a part of our actual overall unit. Okay, so this will be like one lance or maybe 2 lances if we get enough. If we're frugal enough here tonight, buying units, i.e. 40 urban mechs, we might have a full company, right? But
speaking of which, I just want to reiterate. So I've seen Bezkar, I see your comments. Andrew Lick, I see your comments. In general, if you feed us a bunch of motorized construction equipment, we're probably going to shoot that down. However, it is common in streams like this that folks who donate to the channel get a little bit of priority. So if you absolutely desperately need Paul to play that Urban Mech Lamb, if you felt like contributing to Six Sides, we would be hugely appreciative anyway. Your donations and your support help make all this possible, but it would also guilt Paul into having to fly at Urban Mech Lamb.
Now, I am the game master for this, just for the record. Even though it is cooperative, I will be predominantly running the op4, but I will have a member in the unit. Now, Before we get too deep into the what kind of mechs are we going to pick, what's our theme going to be, blah blah blah, until we get into that, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to talk about the concepts of the show when we run it going forward. Okay, so first concept is Jesse and I are always going to be here. We're your hosts for Friday Night Aces. We're your wonderful faces of BattleTech. We're the people everybody loves, right? Yeah, everybody loves us. Come
I'm
on,
more
you
of an
can't
okay
dislike
face,
us.
but it's fine. It's,
all right. We have an empty chair to my right now. That is going to be filled every week after this weekend. So that's we're either going to let Tommy back in here once in a while. We have Adrian, who most of you have not met yet. Adrian is our head tech. He's the guy that fixes all the computers in here, gets all the lights going, teaches us how to do this. Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know half the things I know about creating a studio, right? He's really, really good at it. So he'll be jumping in. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the designer of Aces, Josh Dirksen, will be down here probably once a month. Once I get the logistics worked out with that for Friday nights, joining us, along with a host of other people that will be one-offs. And the idea of one-offs is we're going to invite new players, people who have not played BattleTech before, people who want to get into BattleTech, and we're going to call those nights Newbie Tech. And of course, we want you guys in the chat to be wonderful and nice to them. Bezkar, looking at you. Okay, and the idea is we want to be able to showcase how Aces plays out with new players who have never experienced the game. So one of the things that we've always done, you've heard us talk about in the past, when we go out to conventions, we're out there playing BattleTech with people who generally have never played BattleTech before. And the great litmus test that Aces passed was somebody who's never played a tabletop war game was able to look at the cards and understand it fairly quickly. And that is a huge, huge, huge thing for gaining new players, especially if you're bringing your kids into the game. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to progress with.
I'm all for it. I noticed in the chat, we'll get to there in just a sec, but we're already starting to see some donations. So thank you, Tree. Thank you, Karen Mindy.
Yep.
We'll double back on those in just a second as soon as we're through the preliminaries.
Okay.
But yeah, the idea being that we're going to be fostering some new talent here, in addition to bringing out the older folks like Paul.
Yes. Yeah. So we got a bunch of guests lined up, but regularly you'll see Adrian, myself, Josh, Jesse, and a host of other people. Tommy, once in a while when he's in town, I know he kind of got the itch when he saw the new studio after I put it all together over the summer, and now he's excited to come down here and hang out where all the cool kids are, right? So that said, I guess we should talk about what's a theme for the network. Now, I'll give you guys a quick background. Our color scheme, okay? Our color scheme that I talked with Les, he's going to actually paint it, is going to be like the Fox Network logo. So it's going to be like a charcoal gray or a black with some like electric blue kind of highlights and gray highlights. We're going to go with like a white cockpit or head, and then probably like a green, a purple, or a yellow canopy color. On the mechs, that highlighting is actually going to be electricity, like PPC bolts, or like the breath weapon of a blue dragon, like electrical bolts. That'll be all over the mech, right? They're going to look really cool. That said, let's pick a theme. What do you guys think about, what's our fighting style going to be? And kind of go from there. I guess we start with fighting style. What is it we're looking to do, guys? What do you think? What's your thoughts, Jess?
My thoughts, were I to build a mercenary unit, I would think to myself, the two things I'm going to be most interested in are keeping my mechs moving, and keeping my force sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? So variable, in the sense that I don't want everything depending on one unit.
Yep.
And I prefer speed over armor, because if I don't get shot, I don't have to pay to repair it, as opposed to a tank. Whereas, yeah, maybe it'll wither the fire, but then I have to pay to fix all that armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're probably going to be focusing on quicker units, is my recommendation. I also don't want to discount non-battle mech units. Obviously, battle mechs are the coolest part of BattleTech. They don't put a VTOL on the cover of these boxes. They put the big robots.
Not yet.
But we did. Yeah, well, we're
Not
getting
yet.
But We don't want to rule out things like hover vehicles for getting objectives, for the speed, and for backstabbing, and we don't want to rule out things like vertical takeoff and landing craft because of the extra flexibility that adds. I will probably lean back a little on aero fighters, just because the mechanics of that in BattleTech right now, I feel just aren't as fun as something like a VTOL craft.
Okay, so to respond here to a couple of things in chat that I see. So, Andrew, real quick, no, we're not going to use formation bonuses right now because we're going to be using ACES system, and we want people to learn ACES first. Then, once maybe we're a few months into it, we might start adding into that because I am all down for that. There's lots of cool things. But with the ACES system, there are cards that you get. They're edge point abilities that will give you spas, okay, in game. One of the things we're going to do in game, I'll go over this again real quick. We talked about it last Friday. These cards here that I just showed you real quick, I know you can't read them from here. These are the actual edge ability cards from ACES Scouring Sands. I have digital copies put into the software so I can actually bring them up on screen. These are going to be things that you guys, as the fans and viewers interacting with the game each Friday, can buy for $1 or $2 in the moment before a dice roll to give somebody an ability, right? So you guys know what the spas are. These are different high abbreviated versions of each of the spas that you're all familiar with. So, at the last minute, you give somebody like oblique attacker, and he can fire blindly over the thing without having a spotter. So that'll add a little fun element to things, and it'll also maybe, help keep us alive instead of guys like Beskar who, generally speaking, like to buy to kill the party. That said, the only other limitation is that the mechs we pick or the vehicles we pick, I have to already have in my vast amount of unpainted miniatures here at the studio. So we brought the tubs of shame up here, and I'll show these guys off. There is a lot.
Incredible.
There is a lot. This is just.
He didn't separate them.
These are just clans. These are just These are just omnis.
Just piles and piles of stuff he never bothered.
That there is all Inner Sphere, and this is all latest release Inner Sphere. Upstairs, I call what is the box of unopened boxes, which would be most of my Kickstarter and all sorts of various different extra Alpha Strike boxes, Merc boxes, all that stuff that I gain buying stuff because I'm like, okay, we're going to need this, this, and this because we have these grand plans to build all these massive amounts of units, which eventually do get painted. It's just we've been kind of busy this summer and a lot's not gotten done. So if I own it, we can put it in there. I have a spreadsheet. I know what I have. So we're good. I have some VTOLs that I got at Gen Con. So one of the things, Jesse, keep this as a note, I have a pair of cavalry attack helicopters upstairs. I've got a pair of sprint helicopters. I got a pair of yellow jackets. Yeah, I got a pair of yellow jackets. I got a Pinto. And I won't mention the other two medals that I got from Ironmans because I got the aerospace version of the Phoenix Hawk and the air mech mode of Phoenix Hawk upstairs as well.
And similarly, if we wanted to proxy something,
that's right. That's right. World. Okay, so I've seen some guys in here saying,
do you want to scroll back up to the top?
Yeah, hit and run. I seen hit and run. I see people that like vehicles, which is cool. I like the idea of Sea Fox. Andrew, I do, but it's also a bit of a sore spot. I'm a Comstar guy. Comstar died. We're Fox, and then you call it Sea Fox, and it's just like, it's a sour grapes.
Meanwhile, I've been thinking, could be the Sea Fox network.
The Sea Fox network. Sea Fox, eat fox. Seafood, eat food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so Kamindi is like fighting style hit and run. Steve is like all about getting experience. Okay, so what do we got here? Cavalry Solid TMM4. Yep, Andrew. Andrew's our walking encyclopedia of our funnel of useless knowledge when it comes to BattleTech. So any questions in the chat, just go to Andrew. He'll find it within 30 seconds or he'll know it off the top of his head. Captain General, thank you very much, my friend. You should know when you have a spreadsheet for your hobby collection, Paul, just like Red. Yes, I know. But you have that many miniatures, you have to.
Yeah, man, I got a spreadsheet for mine.
Okay, let's get into building a force here. So we've talked about hit and run. We've talked about units that can gain experience. BattleTech. So when I always build a force myself,
Ooh.
I always think of redundancy. Redundancy and mobility always seem to win the highest percentage of time when it comes to BattleTech. Why? The more opportunities you give yourself to attack your opponent, or the more opportunities you force your opponent to roll against himself or themselves, the higher odds you are to win. You often hear people saying, "Oh, that guy got lucky. He hit me with his machine gun in the center torso, and he rolled snake eyes, and then he rolled a 12, and it was 3 crits, and he took out my gyro with a pair of gyro hits and an engine hit, and it was bad luck." What most people don't realize is that was the 14th die roll of the turn that player had generated against you, and the law of averages finally caught up and it went in his favor. Now, if it had only been one die roll and he rolled snake eyes boxcars, great, that is pure luck. More often than not, though, it's the result of generating lots of dice rolls. Okay, so that's one of the things I like to do when I build lists. I like to be fast, and I like to generate as many dice rolls as possible. So if we're playing Alpha Strike, it means, generally, if you want to be meta a little bit, medium range is where you fight most of your time. So the higher the medium range attack number, the better, because you're giving yourself the more dice on the average of where you're going to be in for range.
So I think it's time to segue into those things. I do want to scroll to the top and get everyone who's set, but I do want to thank Trolling Tortoise.
Yes.
It's a generous donation, and I think that's a nice follow-up on what Paul was talking about. He's saying we absolutely need a melee charger.
Oh, yes. I got a few of those. So, yes, let's put a charger in there. I'm down for a charger. You know what? So that sounds like a good mech for Thomas Gofton. I think Tommy would be a hell of a charger pilot.
Yeah. Now, I've got 2 chargers available to mercenaries in the Ill Clan era. I've got the 3KR and the SA5. 3KR is light PPC, snub-nose PPC, and some lasers. TSM, targeting computer.
Yep.
Pretty cool option. The SA5 is more of a heavily armed, like traditional assault mech. LB-20X's, Streak 6's, Mask. I think the one that you're talking about, Tortoise, is probably the 3KR there. Oh, yeah, it's got a sword. Like, sword and TSM. I think that's our melee guy. Are we thinking we might
a charger with a TSM? Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's start. Let's put the first one on the list there.
How many points is this thing?
That is 2121 BV. That is a charger. It is the 3KR. So I don't think anyone's going to be arguing with that. And then let's scroll up and make sure we get everyone after that. So I think the first person who came in right at the top there, that was Tree of Them Hobbies, who started, he said, Mad Cat and Shadowhawk. Now, Paul, I know you talk a lot about the clans and how great you think they are and how an important part of the game and how it really changed BattleTech for you for the better is the clan mechs. And just that's why the Mad Cat is just, you're such a fan. Any arguments against a Mad Cat in our force?
A Timberwolf?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of points, isn't it?
It is a lot of points.
So we have a charger and a Timberwolf. I would hold off on the Timberwolf just yet. I would hold off on that. I would say let's try. There's got to be something in that weight class. I don't care if it's an Omni. That is similar, like a Pouncer maybe, or the linebacker. I don't know if I have a linebacker.
Linebacker's closer to the weight class. So what I'm going to do, Tree, I'm going to put Mad Cat with a question mark on there for now. We might cycle back to that. The other mech Tree recommended is a Shadowhawk. And I think that's a lot more like...
That's kind of generic.
A lot of Shadowhawks aren't exciting, but they're almost always useful. And we got a ton of variants available to us. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay, no, we got a lot. We got Shadowhawk skirmishers. We got Shadowhawk missile boats. We got Shadowhawk scouts.
What got you on the Shadowhawk?
Sorry?
What got you onto the Shadowhawk here?
That was the second recommendation.
Oh, was it?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Shadowhawk, yeah, could be generic. Like, it doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but it does a bit of everything most of the time.
I do have one of the jumping Shadowhawk miniatures as well, so it's something a little different to look at.
So, anybody in the chat, you got a preferred Shadowhawk variant?
As a Kale, I don't have a Rakshasa miniature, so we can't do that.
Rakshasa is a fun Timberwolf alternative, though. And if push came to shove, we could proxy in a Timberwolf mini as a Rakshasa. But
No, we want to do the legit. We want to do legit.
we're going to keep it, right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. We'll give the a bit to catch up, see if anyone has a Shadowhawk they like. Off the top of my head, what are we thinking? I mean, we'd probably want one of the later era ones, right? So the 5M is a
Jess, while you're doing that, I just
one.
want to I want to mention something here tonight too. Just off topic a little bit, real quick. Tonight, Tex was supposed to be here with us on stream. He really wanted to be here tonight, and unfortunately, Tex and those close to him are dealing with the passing of somebody very, very close to him. So he wanted everybody here to know tonight that he wished he was here, hanging out with us and having a good time. If you get a chance, throw a message out to Tex, show him your love. He's going through a little bit of a rough time over that tonight. Look, BattleTech is something we all love, but at the end of the day, first and foremost, he's a very good friend of mine. And BattleTech aside, we talk multiple times a week, and almost zero of that time is spent talking about BattleTech. We talk about life, we talk about my kids, what we're doing in life, work, all those fun things. And it sucks when one of your good friends is going through that. So let's give a shout out to Tex tonight. He'll be with us back on here soon.
It's worth it. Thinking about you, Tex, and everybody in the BPL. So, suggestions coming in for the Shadowhawk tend to lean towards the 5S or the 5D. The 5D is the one with a rotary autocannon, so it is automatically my favorite Shadowhawk. I'm easy that way. I'm wide open for rotary autocannons. If you wanted to think about the 5S, just to be fair, that one we're looking at lasers, tag, ECM.
I got one of those silly rotary autocannon head miniatures. What's that thing called?
The Legionnaire.
The Legionnaire. If there's a Shadowhawk that has a rotary autocannon, I'm sure I can take that piece that sticks. I can kit bash it and take it off its head, right?
All right, then I think the Shadowhawk 5D is going to be our winner there. So you get that one, Tree. We might double back to your Mad Cat. We'll see. So thank you so much for supporting and your suggestions. Right after that came in Karamindy, who wanted to know if we have an Ion Sparrow ready to go.
No, I don't.
We don't, unfortunately.
I don't. No.
A Locust or a Locust 2C.
Oh, we got lots of Locust 2Cs here. I got a couple of the test prints, and then we got, of course, the plastic one though. It has to go into the Aces box as the Op4 for when we play Aces.
Right, but we got other ones.
Yeah, we got other ones.
So there's one Locust 2C variant available to us by the availability rules. That's the Locust 2C3.
Yep.
That is 2 small pulse lasers and an ER large. So it's kind of sad compared to the Ion Sparrow for sure. The other option would be take, I think, one of the later era actual Locusts. This is like the 7V is the mag shot one. The 7V2 is the 2 small lasers and a light PPC.
Light PPC?
Yeah, it's like a medium laser, but it also flicks you in the face when it's done.
Yeah, I guess. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know what you think about those Locust options, folks. I'll try to keep on top of the stuff.
Stuart, thank you. Jump Jet Heavy.
Well, let's keep Stuart. We will absolutely get to that, but let's keep going in the order of people who suggested. I just want to make sure we get everybody. Waiting for comments to come in about the Locust, so we will double back to that. While we were waiting for that, the next one, that was Bezkar, who wanted a Lament.
A Lament.
Lament is an interesting choice.
Lament, I don't have one because I gave it to Jesse. I am such a nice guy. I gave the Lament to Jesse.
I have a Lament. I could bring it with me when we wanted to use it.
Do you want to paint it up?
Oh, that's a good point. No, mine's already earmarked for Hastati Sentinels, and I might not have a spare.
Okay,
Stand by.
so we
Let me
might be
double
able to dig one up.
check.
I can dig one up probably.
Okay, we'll tell you what. Let's add lament and put a question mark on it for
Yep.
now. Just make sure we can find a spare. What variants do we have available? Oh, we got a ton. The one that Bezkar wanted was the 4RC. The 4RC Lament is improved heavy large lasers, 4 of them, a radical heat sink, so you can use it, and a C3 slave. That's interesting to think about. Do we want to start paying for C3 in this unit?
No, not yet. Because if you're going to do it, then the entire unit's going to have to be, or at least one full lance is going to have to be all C3, and then we're going to have to pick a unit with a master in it. Look, I love the C3. That's my whole shtick with the lambs, right? Is C3 custom slave lamb, ruin your day, make you hate BattleTech. That's the whole point of it, right? But if we're gonna do that, then we're gonna have to start build from the beginning, and I don't think that would work so well. But
Yep.
any of the other variants, I'm down with. Doesn't matter to me.
All right, let us know what you think about other lament variants. I'm going to double back, see if anyone is saying. It doesn't seem like I got. Here we go. Some folks are saying, yeah, the Locust 2C. We weren't sure about. The only variant available to us was the 3, so we weren't sure about that.
You guys watch, and I'll just go back over to the thing and get a little bit closer look there while we're talking.
Sure thing. Yeah, and folks are agreeing with us that the C3 lance may be complicated. So I think what we're gonna do. Let me double back and look at that Locust. Again, with the Locust we have available, yeah, the one with the ER large and 2 small pulse lasers. I don't know about that.
Wraith, I definitely have Beskar. I definitely have Wraiths. Something classic like a Thunderbolt. And of course, is Henny paying you to say that, Kermendi?
All right, well, let's try not to leave me overwhelmed here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the Locust 7v2 for now, because those light PPCs aren't bad.
Yep.
And then once we get a bigger force, if we feel like we want to revisit it, we can. So that Locust 7v2 is going to be standing in for your Ion Sparrow Karamindi. Thank you for your support and that recommendation. The next one was Bezkar's Lament, and I guess that we can skip down. He said if not that specific variant, he wants a Wraith instead.
Wraith I definitely have.
A Wraith TR, let's make sure that one's available to us.
So
a Wraith TR5 is available to us. That's 2 medium X's, 1 large X, and a supercharger. That's pretty rad.
Okay, so what do we got right now? Let's go back to the list. We got a Locust. What's its move profile?
We've got the Locust 7v2. Let me call that back.
It's got to be like 26 or 24.
Locust 7v2. Engine 200 light. Does this... Okay, I have to actually look at its sheet to see. It's a 1015.
1015, so it's running 20, right? In Alpha Strike, it's 20. And then we've got the Wraith, which is going to be 14. So
well, we were just looking at the Wraith and which one to pick. Let me call that back up. The Wraith TR5. 2 medium X pulses, 1 large X pulse.
Yep.
And that laser, that's going to be a 697 running 12 if you're using the supercharger.
12-14 jump, right? It's a 12-14. So, so you got a 12. You got 2 fast units. What's our heavy again? The heavy is the Charger. The Charger's fairly fast. It's a 10 move, right? It's a 5.8.
A Charger 3KR. Let me get that sheet up. The Charger 3KR, 585. Plus, it's got the it's TSM that can push it to 695. It's a little slower, but it's also got that sword.
So this is our we have the basis here for a whatever you want to call it, striker or cavalry lance. Here you got the Charger with the 2 flankers of the Locust and the Wraith. You need something that's gonna. Actually, the Locust is not even in that. The Locust, we move it to the side. That's in the recon lance, whatever we build for recons.
It's sort of a quick sniper.
But the Wraith and the Charger can definitely go together. What can we find that is in that speed category, that in like a 6.9-ish heavy, a Grand Dragon, something along those lines.
Let's go back and make sure we aren't missing anything anyone else has submitted. Stuart donated a bit to the channel. Thanks, Stuart. Appreciated. He's saying a jump jet heavy, like the 5M or 7M Marauder.
It's a little on the slow side. I would put that in like a direct fire lance that is like like a support lance that would sit back a sniper lance kind of thing.
We've got we're sitting on 4 mechs so far.
What's the fourth?
We've got the Charger with the sword. We've got the Shadowhawk with the rotary
Shadowhawk.
autocannon.
What's the Shadowhawk's movement?
That Shadowhawk is 585.
So it's as fast as the Charger, right?
Yeah.
So
if we want to call the first lance at Charger, Shadowhawk, Wraith, Locust, then just want to.
And that can be our wonky Fox network recon lance. That's fine. I can live with that.
Okay, then let's take a look then at
our point. What's our point expenditure there?
Right now, let me. We've got 6,020 BV.
Say that again.
We've got BV is 6,020.
No, we're going point value here.
Yeah, point value. I don't. I don't know how to
6 sides of gaming Falconer. Right?
I don't know how to translate it into Alpha Strike PV from here. I will not be able to do that right off the top of my head.
Oh, I can do that though. So
yeah, and this BV isn't quite accurate either.
I can go on the master unit list here while we're on and dig these up.
Okay.
So you chat there real quick. I'll bring these up. So Shadowhawk, what was the variant?
Shadowhawk's the 5D.
5D.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5D. Where is it? 3H. Nope. 95D. There it is. It's 39 points.
Okay.
And next we've got the Locust 2C, right?
We went with a Locust 7V2.
Oh, Locust 7V2?
Yeah. We didn't like that extended, the Locust 2C3's large laser.
And the 7V2 is going to be sitting... Oh, I went too far. The 7V2 is 25 points.
Okay. And then the Charger 3KR.
Charger. These new laptops we got are amazing from our new sponsor, MSI Canada. They actually are running the stream. They run 7 cameras simultaneously. Like the power on these things is amazing. And I'm using the one that I use for video editing here on. The difference in speed is.
Thank you, MSI.
Epic. Thank you, Vincent at MSI too. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that was a Charger.
3KR.
3KR is 41 points.
Okay. And then lastly, the Wraith TR5.
Oh, Bezkar's got a good thing there. I just saw it.
We will. Yeah. Sorry, chat. We will catch up with you as soon as we get the Alpha Strike.
And sorry, the last one was what again?
Wraith TR5.
Wraith is TR5 is 42 points.
It's 42.
Bezkar, I should have thought that about myself. The Flashman is a great 5.8 mech at 75 tons that deals a lot of damage.
Okay, do we want to put that in, start a second lance and put that in with one of the Marauders that Stuart wants?
I would probably say take the Locust out of that first lance. Not remove it from the thing, just take it out of that lance. Put the Flashman, the Charger, the Shadowhawk, and the Wraith together.
Okay, so let me just scroll down, find all that. Thank you, by the way, everyone, for all the support that you're providing.
Yeah, this is fantastic, guys.
So a Flashman 10E. Let me double check that that's available to us in our era.
It's expensive.
Flashman 10E is available.
It's 49 points.
Woof, look at that. A lot of lasers. Case 2, supercharger. It's expensive, but it's high tech.
Andrew, why... You're suggesting the Oscout. No. No. Dad says no.
Okay, so the first lance then is the Charger, the Shadowhawk, the Flashman, and the Wraith.
Yep.
That's mobile firepower. Second lance then has that Locust, has Karamindi's Locust in it.
Yes. So with the Locust, let's maybe create a fire support lance, and that's a spotter.
Okay.
Give it a bit of a bodyguard, maybe, guys. What are you thinking? Like, put a
Now, Stuart gave us $5 and wants a jump jet heavy or one of those Marauders, the 5M or the 7M. Those Marauders, let's see, the Marauder 5M, that's the pulse lasers in the LBX-10, and the 7M is the medium lasers, heavy PPCs, and LB5s. So the heavy PPCs, if you want fire support, the heavy PPCs are a little shorter range.
Well, I was thinking, well, if you're going to have a locust in there running around, you're going to want something that's a bit of a missile boat. So if we're going to have a missile boat in there, or say we're going to have 2 missile boats in here, this Marauder is going to be the bodyguard for the Lance. For close range.
So then the heavy PPCs is what we want.
Heavy PPCs for close range. It's not going to move too far. It's probably going to stay within 10 or 12 inches of the 2 fire support max for most of the combat.
All right.
While the Locust runs amok, right?
Can you give me the Alpha Strike PV for a Marauder 7M? Stuart, we're going with that one. Thank you so much for your support.
Marauder 7M. You said 7M as in Mary, right?
Yep.
And we've got the 7M is 36 points.
Is 36 points. Okay. So now we want a couple of missile guys in there.
Azekale, this is a good idea. We can do mixed lances here.
Oh, there's no reason not to.
I got LRM carriers.
The next is a support that came in. Karamindi donated and said something classic, looking at a Thunderbolt. And looking at Clan Omnis, they're thinking Novas.
Novas I have a ton of.
Yeah. Now,
that's the Blackhawk, right?
Now, if we want to combine these two ideas, is there a really good Nova or a really good Thunderbolt that has some range and something that can take advantage of that Locust spotter? The Thunderbolt has so many variants. The 10SE is a missile boat that we have access to. That's an LRM-10 with a targeting computer and an ERPPC. That's nothing to sneeze at. Man, Thunderbolt does just about everything, doesn't it? Most of the rest, though, like I'm looking at juggernauts and snipers. The Thunderbolt 10M is lots of different PPCs and an MML5.
It's the Jesse spy cam here.
Is that
so you can keep tabs on the Jess from over the shoulder.
Make sure he isn't secretly playing 40K.
Yeah. There's another angle of the table, guys. For the other side.
I guess because also you could see it on my screen there. Just we're using a combination of the master unit list and megamechmechbay.com to build some of this real quickly. A big fan of what Megamech has done with mechbay.com, mekbay.com. They're not actually affiliated with Fochts, but love their stuff.
So,
Thunderbolt or a Nova or something else that has some range. Does the Nova have a missile variant? Like a really cool missile boat? Let me see. It looks like it's...
Isn't there...
There is.
An urban mech that has a bunch of missiles? Because I have the miniature for it.
Probably. I'm just saying because Karamindi, supported the channel. For
No. I'm just it popped in my head.
There is a missile urban mech mini. Absolutely.
It's like an MRM carrier.
I think so.
Yeah.
The Nova D is an LRM-20 and an LB5X. That might pair really well with that Locust spot.
It's an LRM-20?
Yep.
I wonder if I can kit bash that. You know what? I can. I think I got a bunch of... I made my own K2 catapults at one point, and I made a bunch for Henny. And I clipped and saved all those LRM boxes. I might be able to kit bash that, I think. Yeah,
so for Karamindis, we'll call that a Nova D?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great. Then Karamindi again suggested with the T-Bolt and the Locust. And then Bezkar suggested the Flashman, which we got. And then we've got some more standard. Lots of people talking about cool stuff. Do we want archers or catapults or something? We could use one more good missile boat in this lance, folks. So I'm seeing suggestions are LRM carriers. I'm seeing the Mauna Kea. Of course, that's Andrew. Catapults and archers are always traditional. Do we want an Arrow 4 catapult?
That's what made me think about the Urban Mech. I saw the Aero 4 message that Andrew had put in there, and I'm like, isn't there an Urban Mech with an Aero 4? And I remember seeing I have this Urban Mech miniature with a
If you're
giant missile launcher on it,
if
which
you-
would be funny.
if
Which
you
would
wanna
be
do
funny.
an Aero 4 Urban Mech,
Hey, good idea, Joe. The LRM Axeman.
an Axeman 2N, the Adam Steiner Axeman.
That's a good idea because it can be used as the local bodyguard and fire support.
It's not available to us in this era off the mercenary
It's not.
list.
But hey,
But
time out.
okay.
Because we are going to use the Mercenary Force Manual overall build, one of the things I said was, as a sneak preview, is you can have unique characters. When you pay the points for it in your combat command points for it, you can have a unique character that has a custom mech.
I will accept that then.
That is something we can do there to sneak it in and get what we want.
Okay.
So this is going to have to be the unit commander in the Axeman 2N.
All right, then that
That's
makes
our unique character.
Yep.
So whoever is in the network in 3152 is going to be the commander. And
All right, then our second lance is a Locust, a Marauder, a Missile Nova, and the Missile Axeman.
nice. How many points do we have left?
Let's see. The Locust 7v2 was 25. The Marauder 7M was 36. I didn't get the PV for the Nova D or the Axeman.
Slink, no,
2N.
not to the mercenary list. It's available, but not to the actual faction mercs. We're trying to stick to the build 100%. So we're going to go with the, we are using our unique character to get the 2N into the list.
So the Nova D was 29. The Axeman 2N is 33. Oh, and what was the Flashman 10E?
I believe it was 49 points.
Flashman 10E was 49 points.
Yeah.
Okay, right now
So we have two full lances,
we have
right?
2 full lances, and we're at 294.
So we've got,
we got
206 points. Or sorry, 106 points.
106 points remaining.
I think we should go vehicles here.
2 battle mech lances, and then some vehicle and VTOL support. What do you think, people?
You get a couple of...
And does the Aero 4 Urban Mech count as a vehicle? Because it'd be really funny, but... Oh, okay. While folks are discussing that in the chat, I'm just going to... what is it the AI? Yeah.
So what do you got for vehicle recommendations out there, guys? What do you think?
The
we got
Aero 4 Urban Mech is available legally. We could do that.
LRM carriers, yep. What's the point cap? 400 points, Slink, is where we're at. So we spent 294. We have not upgraded anybody's skills, and we're not going to do that because we're all going to start at 4. Okay. Yeah, Bulldogs, Joe, and Manticores are a solid. So, I don't know, a couple of Skulkers, maybe... I wish there was a plastic striker. Are you listening, Randall? I wish there was a plastic striker.
And again, folks, anyone in the chat who wants to send a super chat or what have you, consider that a way to boost your suggestion to the top of the list. And huge thanks to those of you that have already. That kind of support is the kind of thing that makes all this work.
Yes. Mucho appreciated.
Yeah.
LRM carriers are really, really slow. I'm not adverse to them, but they're really slow.
It might not fit the ethos we picked for this unit, where we're thinking like, we need them to
I'm
move
thinking
around.
like Joe Bulldogs move about 8, if I remember correctly, 8 or 10.
We have a wide variety of Bulldogs available to us.
You know what's really good? Galleons.
Galleons, yeah.
They're fast too. They're like 14 move, I think, if I remember correctly.
We got a bunch of Galleons available to us. I didn't know there were this many. 4, 5, 6, 7 Galleons that fit our criteria.
And battle armor is another suggestion. Battle armor with a couple of cavalry BA variants. Can
Mm.
we? Because I have the 2 cavalries, we can get them painted up, throw some battle armor in them, and just start dropping them on people.
Then we got to think, what kind of battle armor do we like?
I think that's a good idea, Andrew. Cavalry plus BA. But
All right.
that's not gonna be all that too expensive. I think maybe 40 points combined with a thing of battle armor, or maybe 50.
So cavalry helicopters, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different models available to us. We want the infantry one.
That's correct. It's a
Yep.
3-2, I think, or a 2-3 or something like that. It's pretty dangerous in combat.
Okay. 3 medium lasers, 3 machine guns, and infantry.
Yeah, well, what's its
Yeah,
alpha strike
I gotta
profile?
translate it.
I'll
Alpha
translate
strike.
here. I got it.
Sure.
Sure, you doing it. And it's cavalry attack helicopter.
There's an infiltrator one. There's a battle armor one. The infantry one is 3-2.
The battle armor one is one we want.
You want the battle armor one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2-2
Yeah.
and 29 points. So cavalry BA for 29. Now, is 1 enough?
Let's. I don't know. You generally like things in pairs, but that's going to get expensive, right?
It depends on the battle armor we pick.
Oh, you can always have You can always have the battle armor ride on the Locust or Nova as well. Too. Blue Common made a good point there. They're both the Locust is quick.
We did download to the Inner Sphere Locust.
Oh,
so
okay,
that's
yeah,
no
yeah,
good. But
yeah.
the Nova D. Now the Nova D is kind of meant for fire support, so you may not always be wanting to. Although it's clan LRMs.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Thanks again, Tree. He's saying a BA and copter. So I think we're all feeling helicopters dropping off battle armor. But folks, let us know, what kind of battle armor should we be bringing? There is a lot. Stephen Caperson is saying laser shooting battle armor.
Anything with lasers. There's the Grey Death Legion, the Inner Sphere Standard 4-man squad, usually like 15 points or something like that, roughly, I think. Tortoise 2 squad of 4 is available. Tortoise 2 are pretty powerful, if I remember correctly, Andrew.
I guess it depends. Let me see. Tortoise 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a wide variety. We got LRM ones, SRM ones,
They're pretty tough.
ASRM, and then C3, which I think we're shying away from.
Like when you have 25-point squads of battle armor, the Tortoise moves 4F and it's a 4-4. I think does 4 points of damage at medium range.
That's pretty brutal.
Brutal. And it's cargo 4, so we can carry it. It's basically a Hot Wheels car with a man in it. That's what it looks like to me. I've never actually used one myself. It looks pretty nasty, and a 4-4 for battle armor is pretty ugly. I don't know if we can have a proper model for that.
They're like battle armor and infantry, or battle armor and infantry, right? So it's okay. Sorry, what variant was that?
The Tortoise?
Tortoise 2 battle armor, but what variant?
SRM Squad 4 is a 440.
SRM Squad 4.
Yeah.
SRM Squad 4.
And it's got stealth armor.
Wait. Hang on. Tortoise 2 battle armor, SRM Squad 4, 5, and 20. That can't be the right one.
I've got one that's 4-4, the one I'm on. It's 20 points.
SRM 4, Squad 4. It says Clan SRM 6.
That's crazy.
Difficult. It's prototype. It says it's available. That seems really high.
No, prototype you can't use. You can't use prototypes restricted, right? You got to be able. It's got to be.
It has prototype quirk.
Oh, okay. So as long as it's not experimental in the, like the one I'm looking at is 4-4. Which one is this? What's the unit?
Tortoise 2 battle armor, SRM Squad 4.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on. It's a 440.
All right. Well, then we'll have to sort through some of this stuff.
And it's 20 points.
Mule isn't perfect. All right, I'll put it down. It's the 441, and it's 20 points. Okay, so adding that cavalry battle armor carrier, and those Tortoise 2 battle armor. That brings us to 343.
So we
So,
get
yeah,
57
57
points.
points left.
I say we go with a couple of tanks. Couple of tanks sound good, everybody? What do you guys?
Karamindy, thank you for your continuing support. I mean, we've already added a Nova. Adding a second one.
Yeah, we got one Nova already. Andrew's given the breakdown there. We picked the 20.1 Andrews. It's good enough for now. We'll gain more as we crush our way across the former clan-held worlds and regain the glory of the Innisphere.
Okay, so this Lance right now is a helicopter and some battle armor. We're going to want to give them a couple of tanks to support them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so what are we thinking? Faster, like hovers, so they can keep up and cover them, or are we thinking something like heavier guys, like Gauss rifles or an LRMs?
Well, you want cheap and cheerful at this point. We got 57 points left, right?
Yeah.
That's not a lot. Tanks are not cheap. Not as cheap as you would like them to be. Anyways.
Well, sure. I mean, like we can get a Shrek for like 30 points.
That's too slow.
I agree, it's too slow, but I'm saying it's a hunk of firepower. I'm saying, what do we want to use?
It's
these
only a
tanks
3-3 though, right? It's not that tough.
It's tough enough. Regardless,
So I would say like Bulldogs have an Patton. Nah, Pattons are kind of.
are there any really like Bulldogs?
Galleons are good. Like I like Galleons. Like the Galleon 300.
Karamindy is donating and suggesting jousts or condors.
Condors.
Not bad.
Joust I can't because I don't have the miniature.
There's a condor that's 3/3.
Yeah, I got a couple of condors.
Yeah, let me check availability.
You know what I do have extras of? Fulcrums.
They do come with scouring sands.
And I don't. Well, I have the 3D printed ones, right? The ones that we were using for the demos for the last year at all the different cons.
Mm-hmm.
I have extra ones, so we can use a pair of those if we really wanted to, guys. I painted two already, like the in the Linvander Night colors, but I still have extra ones, right? Because we had a few sets of the demo models. So we do have another pair of fulcrums that don't have to be used for the OP4 in Scouring Sands.
So the ones we've only got two variants available. We've got the standard and the 3.
Drillsons, yep, Drillsons aren't bad either. What are the fulcrums? They're like 2/2 and they're 20.
We've got two variants. We can pick a 2/2-1 or just a 2/2.
How many points are they?
They're 42 and 48 points.
Oh, they're expensive. That's going to eat up all our points.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't know if we're getting what we like. The fulcrums are cool models and they're cool units, but I don't know if
we
I don't
have
know if they fit
57
what we're
left.
looking at. Yeah.
Like galleons are in the right ballpark. The galleon 300 is a 2/2. It moves 12. The galleon 102 is the one I'm probably thinking of that I like, which is a 2/2 and it moves 14. Yeah, that's the one I like.
It is available, the Galleon 102.
Yeah, and the 106 is even more expensive. It's 33 points. It's a 2/2-1 and moves 16.
I don't know if we're going to need that extra long-range one.
No.
Especially in the...
It's the speed. It's the speed that I like.
Yeah.
Right? But we only have 57 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we wouldn't be... The 102, you get that in a Skulker, maybe? A Galleon and a... What's the chat say?
Seems to be looks like galleons, paradrilsons maybe, but it's too expensive. Yeah, everyone agrees the fulcrums are expensive. More people say, yeah, galleons. People are leading towards galleons.
If we get one galleon and maybe the galleon moves 14 there, so then we go
A Galleon 102 will cost you 31 points.
It'll leave us with 16 points, right?
Yeah, that brings us up to 374.
Yeah. So I'm just going to rank this in point value now.
Yeah, so we got 26 points left, technically.
26 points?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is wow. We're laughing all the way to the bank at 26 points. You can buy a house.
Yeah, not in Toronto, you can't.
We can get a partisan air defense tank for 26 points. You can get a demolisher.
That partisan air defense tank's got racks.
I can get a Star League air demolisher for 26 points.
Yeah, but what we're going to do with a demolisher? You
Not
leave
much.
It. You leave it there.
Not
No, we're going
much.
quick. We need these guys to be able to move.
Cavalry attack helicopter, a regular one, the 3054 version, is 26 points. And that's a 2-2 that move in 20.
2 attack helicopters, one attack helicopter and 1 helicopter to carry our tortoise battle armor.
Plasma Bulldog, which moves 8 tracked and it's 330, is 25 points.
That's pretty good.
I think that's not bad. What do you guys think about that? The Plasma Bulldog.
Plasma Bulldog is available to us.
Yep. Oh, I'm reading off our list. That's why. I knew. 25 points. A Pegasus is a possibility too. I don't know how much. I didn't see a Pegasus on there for point value though. I think they're like in the 30s.
I gotta tell you, I just between Banquo and some of those other things, I just play with the Pegasus all the time. I'm looking for. Call that personal bias. I'm just looking for something a little bit different.
He's hating on Tommy's significant other. That's what he's doing.
I don't know. I'm liking the look of this Bulldog Plasma. And plus, like...
Oh, look at this. Yellow jacket. I saw a yellow jacket. You can have a cavalry and a yellow jacket gunship flying around behind it. But it's the PPC version or the Aero 4 version. It's a 1-1-1. No, it's not worth it. The yellow jacket just loses its allure in Alpha Strike as opposed to it being a flying gauss rifle in Classic. It's one of those mechs that it's not the same in Alpha Strike. It just doesn't translate well.
I don't know. I'm liking the Plasma Bulldog. I mean, what it is I'm liking Plasma. I'm liking what we get is we get a lot of flexibility with a plasma weapon. Like we can overheat mechs or just toast infantry. Like I like having that option.
So Azakel said the plasma doesn't have HT though.
Yeah. Well, okay. If folks aren't on board, but that's what I was thinking. Yellow Jacket Aero 4 is available to us, Keflin. I'm not sure it'd fit into the point value.
We are getting...
We have 26 points left for one more unit.
Like, the most expensive units we can buy left off our list are a Partisan and a Demolisher. Zukov we don't have. SRM carrier we can buy.
Yellow Jacket Gunship Aero 4 is 23 points. It is available to us. And we do have a Locust for spotting. Imagine
how much damage does the Aero 4 do?
In Alpha Strike, I've never
that
tried
I don't know. I don't know. I've never actually... We have artillery cards.
Yeah? And there's something really funny about the Aero 4 missile coming from a helicopter.
Oh.
How do I look this up? If we're, let me see. We're looking up a Yellow Jacket. Or is this, am I going to end up having to, look up how Aero 4 works in Alpha Strike?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Bulldog. That's my 2 cents, is the Bulldog. There's the LBX Bulldog we can afford. That's at 24 points. We can afford the ER Large Laser Bulldog at 24 points. J. Edgar Hoover tank. It's kind of hover tank. It's kind of useless though. A Hetzer. MRM carrier, but again, those are slow. Striker, if we had it in plastic, Randall, buddy. Buddy.
Andrew wants us to bring some Savannah Masters.
I have Savannah Masters. I have a bunch.
Could we use them effectively with the
I
force
think
we
I got like
built?
4 or 6 of them or something like that.
But do they fit into what we want to do?
They're just really annoying. What? How many points are they?
Savannah Master. The interdictor ones are 11 each.
So you can get
So
3.
we could bring
get
two, and we'd have a few points left.
Or we just save the 16 points for support points.
Well, it's 26 points.
Or 26 points for support
That's,
points.
26 points is a lot of points. You could fit a Plasma Bulldog into there.
I don't know.
I like
I'm
Plasma
just-
Bulldog a lot more than I like random support points. Yeah, 26 points, folks who are asking. How do you spend 26 points in Alpha Strike for a mostly mobile force?
Andrew's paying for the Savannah Master
Yeah.
or the Galleon with ECM.
That's something to think about. We haven't been thinking a lot about electronics either. Now,
ECM.
I don't know that they're as big a deal in Alpha Strike as they are in Classic, and that's coming from a guy who plays a lot of Alpha Strike, demoing aces, every couple of times a week for over a year. But I don't know if we're like will we want an ECM?
I'll say this: the way the unit's built right now, to start, I think we'll be fine in pretty much any mission, and we'll be able to experience our way into actual specific builds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while Jesse's over here plotting for the 26 points,
Jeez.
when we do the campaign, we are going to do everything on stream with you guys. So when we do the experience, when we do the repairs, when we do all that spend, we're going to involve you guys in that. Okay, so when we play Friday Night Aces, it's not just always going to be us at the table blowing things up and rolling dice. We're going to be sitting here together collectively going, okay, are we fixing this? Are we healing this guy? Are we doing this or whatever, right? So we're gonna incorporate the entirety of it. We're not going to leave anything off screen. We're just going to have fun with it. When we've done picking this last vehicle, we're then going to look at and talk about assigning who is who in the unit and have some fun with that, okay?
I saw Blue Comet is suggesting at those points we might be able to grab a fire starter. It's not a tank.
Yeah, fire stars. I got a few of those.
Fire starter adds a lot of, war crimes, straight up horrible things.
I'm all for war crimes.
But it adds a lot of fun to our unit. What fire starters? He's suggesting the M2.
M2.
But yeah, flamers and medium laser. That one is available to us.
Or the FS9 S2. It's got a probe and it's got recon.
Do we have access to that one? 9S2. We do have access to that one.
Yep.
Probe, flamers, lasers. Interesting. How many points is the S2?
And Blue Kama saying the
24.
12J can keep up with the vehicles and keep infantry off them. Andrew's adding in the S1 for the ECM. I'll let you guys pick this one. I'm not gonna add my 2 cents. I gave my opinion. You guys can now pick. Because I'm fairly confident that the unit will be able to role play its way into what it wants, and through once we get a feel with which units are working the best and getting us into a groove, we'll be able to support those better with our experience and our acquisitions over time.
Yeah, there just seems to be a lot of folks saying that probe might be important. So yeah, I think a combination, like something to protect those infantry with fire and an active probe. I'm feeling like the FS9 S2 is our winner, folks.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Plus, war crimes. Can't do a BattleTech stream without war crimes. The FS9 S2.
Andrew's like, we got 2 points for the J27 ordnance truck.
Andrew is not wrong. We do have 2 points.
I have the miniature.
Can we use a J-27 for anything?
We can just have it out there for the hell of it.
Sure. Great.
It's an initiative sync. We got our J-27 ordnance truck on the field.
J-27 for 2 points. We'll call it the Andrew.
Piloted by Thomas Gofton.
Is this horrible haunted mask around somewhere? I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I'm worried it's like behind me.
It's behind you.
Oh, no, there it is. Okay.
Right here.
It just follows you wherever you go.
Hello. If you're lucky, when you buy your Alpha Strike Aces box, this may be inside one of them.
Oh, you would be lucky because then it wouldn't be here.
You know what I really like? Now that I got the shelves back here, I don't have to store stuff on the desk. Like, I can reach back and I think, okay, here's the reference card. Okay, it doesn't take up room on the table anymore. Throw it there. All the books are there. It's wonderful. I got Tommy's head over there. It's kind of creepy that he's watching me from afar, but
yeah. All right, so folks, here's what we got. We've spent exactly 400 points. Our first lance is a Charger 3KR, the one with the sword. A Shadowhawk 5D.
Oh, hold on. Kermindi, you have to take notes. Kermindi, I have nominated you as our official logistics officer for the network outside of Jesse and I. So if we get something wrong, you have to keep track of it. Okay?
I trust that Kermindi
Kermindi has been here from the start. Okay?
Yeah.
Kermindi has supported the channel, supported Aces. Kermindi, you are the official logistics officer. You've been nominated. Hired. That's an order.
All right, Kermindi. So I hope you're ready. We've got first lance. We'll come up with a cooler name. The Charger 3KR, the one with the sword. The Shadowhawk 5D, the one with the rack. The Flashman 10E, the really cool, expensive one with all the toys. And the Wraith TR5, the X-Pulse laser one. Supporting them, we've got sort of a fire support lance. We've got the Locust 7V2, that's the light PPC and lasers. It's going to be mostly for spotting. The Marauder 7M, the heavy PPC one, to be a bodyguard. The Nova D with the LRM 20, and the Axeman 2N with the two long-range 15s.
It's a cool miniature, actually. Really cool miniature. Yeah.
And the axe to hold people off. And then the support team, we've got a cavalry helicopter, the battle armor variant, that's going to be carrying Tortoise 2 battle armor, Squad 4 with SRMs. We've got a Galleon 102 to protect them, and a Firestarter FS9S2 to protect them / remove enemy infantry from the situation. That's also got a probe in case we need to do some scanning.
Yeah.
And then we've got a J-27 ordnance truck, because
I'm down for this ordnance truck being on the battlefield and doing taking objectives.
Yeah. Or just making people nervous because it's a driving bomb.
Why is it parked beside the building? Yeah. And it's because the flashman's going to shoot it.
Yeah, you're about to find
out. Okay, so we've got our is it 3 lances, right? It's a full company? Well,
yeah, it's sort of
2 lances and an oddball.
Yeah.
It's some support.
And some support.
Okay. So the network, let's go over who's in the network, right? So obviously there's Paul and Jesse. All right.
Okay.
Paul and Jesse are part of the network because we're going to be on.
We are.
Adrian is going to be on the show regularly. Okay. Mm-hmm. Josh is going to be on the show regularly. Okay. There's one lance, right?
We'll have to figure out who goes with who, what unit, but we'll put all that together.
Okay. Kermindi will be back in 2 minutes and go over the list again because Kermindi's actually
taking this seriously.
Taking it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll go over this a few times, Kermindi. No worries.
So that's 4, right?
Yep.
Tommy's a 5th. We know. Okay, so because Tommy's going to be in and out, so that leaves us with 3 more mech warriors.
4 more mech warriors.
4 more mech warriors. Sorry, because we have the Firestarter.
And then the helicopter, the tank, and the battle armor squad, which could be 4
and the
more
J-27.
folks. And someone drive the J. I mean, I assumed that was going to be Andrew.
Okay, so okay, so we will put it to you guys. Who else is in the network? We got 4 mech seats empty, and we've got a few vehicle seats empty.
A helicopter and a tank and some battle armor.
And the J-27 ordnance truck.
Well, I'll tell you, in that first lance, while we're waiting for folks to sign up, I think I'm going to put myself in that rack Shadowhawk. I like rotary autocannons. So unless anyone has a protest in the chat, I might just duck into that. Let's see, what else do we got?
Chris Lewis says he would love to be in one of the one. How you doing, Chris? By the way, I saw you were down with Bishop having a good time in Mexico. Hope you guys had a blast down there.
Good to see you, Chris. And hey, thanks again for the Metromech. We've run that scenario. That's a fun toy. Okay, what do we got? Yep, okay, Chris.
We need a crazy helicopter pilot. We need a insane sergeant for the battle armor squad.
Mm-hmm.
And what else we got? I don't even know what I'm going to be.
I mean, I assumed you would want the Wraith. It's, it's quick moving, it's big laser.
Yes, it doesn't matter. What else is out there? There's Charger. I'll take the Charger.
You want the Charger?
I'll
with
do
the
the
sword?
Charger, yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
I'll do the Charger. What are we giving Tommy?
Tommy, this
The
available...
J-27 ordnance truck.
I'm good with that if you're good with that.
I'm just thinking, like, can we somehow 3D print a tiny man to sit on top of...
Hero Forge is an official sponsor of Six Sides of Gaming.
He just shrink it all the way down. The little Harlan Storm miniature.
We could make that happen.
What's left?
All right. Here. So we've got Adrian and Josh have to go somewhere. Tommy has to go somewhere.
Adrian in D&D plays a dwarf, generally, right? Or like a fighter cleric kind of thing. So he'll probably want something
maybe
along...
the Marauder, the Bodyguard? Something, right,
yeah,
tough.
I can see him in the Marauder.
All right, we'll put him in the Marauder 7M. Josh, I know, likes his Marauder 2C, which is... Although he likes the
Joth likes the Eros, or whatever it's called, the one with the spindly little legs.
He likes
he'll like
fast
the
and
He'll like the
pulses.
Wraith. He'll like the
All right,
Wraith.
we'll
I
put him in the
guarantee he'll
Wraith.
like the Wraith.
Okay, cool. There is support for putting Andrew in the truck. So it could be either Tommy or Andrew in the truck.
Andrew, I think Andrew is going in the truck.
Okay, Andrew Lick. This is going to be the Andrew's truck. We'll come up with a cool come up with a cool alliterated name for it.
Yeah.
Andrew's ammunition and hot dogs.
Yeah.
So Tommy could go in the Flash Man. He is very flashy.
Yes, that is actually a good pick. That's
right. Very pretty, lots of colors.
It would be the first time he has a mech that he can actually like get in there and just like fight hard. Like the Highlander is bulky, but it's generally a fire support mech, right? The Flashman gets to get right in there. It's quick. Gets to do a lot of damage. It's a killer.
Tree of Dem Hobbies is, again, thank you for all your support today, Tree. Is suggesting has a daughter named Lillian, who's 8 years old and is just getting into BattleTech.
Obviously, what is that? What does Lillian want to pilot?
Yeah, let us know, Tree. We've got how much of a Hellraiser is she at home? Is she the kind of kid who's running around, suiting the fire starter? Or is she going to be more of a calm and away? Let us know what that looks like, Tree, and we'll find a unit to match her. What else do we got? Andrew's saying put him and Tommy both in the truck and they can yammer at each other, which is a fun image. But
he'd kick me out of the house if I actually put you in the truck with him after 20 minutes.
All right. Well, we'll wait to see for a Tree to get back to us. In the meantime, I'm going to put Lillian in the Locust. Yep. Because it's young and quick, and I know 8-year-olds and they run. My god kids are about that age, and that is fire or battle armor. She is a chaos gremlin. So maybe the fire starter then.
Well, both are fast, right? Fire starter or the Locust.
Yeah. Well, let's do the fire starter. That's more chaos. Okay, Lillian's in the fire starter, and thank you again for your support, Tree. Immediate thoughts were let the child do war crimes. Well, yes, obviously, because the criminal sentencing is less when you're a minor. That's right. We think ahead.
Oh, this is good.
Okay, that leaves the Locust, the Nova, and the Axeman for mechs. Well, who else has been active in donating so far? Karamindy has been supporting us. Karamindy, I know as chief logistician, but do you want to be involved in this?
The logistics officers riding in the truck with Andrew. The clipboard.
Karamindy, you've been with us since the beginning, and you've been very supportive throughout the whole process. Give a shout in the chat if there's somewhere we want to stick you. Who else has been real supportive over this? Yeah, Andrew's in the truck. Stuart donated to support, and I know Stuart is a major figure at the weekly Wednesday Armored Combat.
Yeah.
He's been experimenting with the combat drop rules for late arrivals, so they show up like later in the day and they just jump into the middle of the map, and it's been hilarious. Stuart is a Merrick guy. So I don't know which of these mechs would mostly be his jam.
Merrick?
Yeah.
It is Wraith.
Yeah, but the Wraith's already Josh's.
Yeah. We don't have a Thunderbolt. What's left?
Yeah, we've got... What's left? We've got the Locust, we've got the Nova, we've got the Axeman, the Galleon...
Oh, the Axeman's our commander, right?
Yeah.
That's a unique character. That's going to be somebody good. So, who wants to be the CO of the network?
That's a fair point.
I forgot about we had the Axeman there. And I forgot we used our unique character on that. That's a...
All right. Stuart's a jumping guy. The Nova isn't jumping, but the Axeman is a jumper.
I forgot we had that Nova, too, yeah. Who's the rest of my lance?
Oh, although Stuart is nominating Austin for the Axeman. Austin's another one of the Fochts First Circuit folks.
Yeah.
Which Andrew is seconding. I think we will make sure that's okay with her, but yeah, for now I'll slot Austin in for the Axeman. But Stuart would still like to stick you in as thanks for supporting us. Let you know if you have any other preferences. Other folks, Tree gave us Lillian. Beskar has been supporting us. Does Beskar want to... Is Beskar a battle armor guy? He's young, he's fit, he's out the stores a lot.
Yeah, Beskar can be in the... Well, I was going to say, either Beskar's in the Axeman or Austin's in the Axeman. Beskar can be in the... What's the other? The Nova.
Okay, let's give Beskar the Nova.
I'm sorry, I forgot about you, Beskar. I forgot, buddy. I apologize.
No, it's not that we forgot. It's just that you're omnipresent, Beskar. We just know you're always here with us regardless. Karamindy, Beskar. Oh, and Tortoise. Trolling Tortoise, who suggested the Charger.
The mech I took.
Trolling Tortoise, I'll be honest, I don't recognize you. But yeah, Trolling Tortoise, if you're still there, let us know if you'd like to be involved with the unit. Stuart saying would happily take the Battle Armor or the Marauder or the Nova.
What did we put Adrian in?
Adrian is in the Marauder.
In the Marauder? And we still have the...
Alright, I'm going to put Stuart in as the Battle Armor Sergeant then. That's risky business, Stuart, but we'll do our best. Oh, and he's also suggesting should we put Scott in the helicopter? Scott Albert, our air wing guy?
Maybe?
Put Scott as a question. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, then we'll put Scott in there. The Galleon, then, is the last one still available. The Galleon 102. The Galleon 102. Refresh me on what that one even is. That is medium lasers, medium pulse lasers. Oh, and another active probe. Forgot all about that. That's a good one to have. Who feels right in a galleon light tank? It's not really a Henny or Joe kind of unit. If anyone else in the chat wanted to support and get a name to drive that tank, it's going to be doing a little bit of recon and a little bit of fire support. That feels like you. Just feel free to drop in. Failing that, would it be appropriate to maybe assign that to Dylan or to someone else, sort of Linvander centric?
Which one?
The Galleon tank, the Galleon 102, medium lasers and a probe.
Devon.
Good old Devon.
I can get Devon to come down here and move a tank around on the board. We figured out what Tommy's in. Tommy's in the Flashman, right?
Yeah. And yeah, Karamindy never got back to us.
Karamindy just had having something to eat and then was catching up on the taking notes.
Yeah.
Karamindy said, "Put me in anything."
Then let's put Karamindy then in that galleon. All right.
Les has a character in the Mech 7 universe. To answer your question there, Andrew, some of this stuff while we're finishing this off, doing the paperwork here. So there's a lot of Mech 7 stuff that's been done by myself that is backstory, and I mean a lot. And then there's a lot that Jesse's doing as the going forward story.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of Magnificent 7 stuff in the next year. Like, there's a lot. And Les has a character from my character's original mercenary unit that I used to command. So you'll see references to Les having a guy. It's all our old campaign stuff, and we're just putting it pen to paper and making it real, right? So what does it see? If I have my own affinities, Atlas isn't, brother. Just like them since the tab crash. What did I miss? Oh, you haven't missed much. Andrew's piloting a J-27 ordnance truck. Other than that, I'm piloting the Charger. Tommy's in the Flashman. We're just filling out the last of the seats.
Shall we do a review?
Yep.
So, Charger 3KR, piloted by Paul. Shadowhawk 5D, piloted by Jesse. Flashman 10E, piloted by Tommy. Wraith TR5, piloted by Josh. The Locust 7V2 still needs a mech warrior. The Marauder 7M, piloted by Adrian. The Nova D, piloted by Bezkar.
Yep.
The Axeman 2N, piloted by Austin. The Cavalry, the battle armor carrying helicopter, piloted by Scott. The Tortoise 2 battle armor, the SRM, Squad 4, led by Sergeant Stewart. A Galleon 102 tank, piloted by Karamindy, or I guess head of the crew by Karamindy. And a Firestarter FS9 S2, piloted by Lillian. And then, of course, the J-27 ordnance truck with Andrew.
With Andrew. So we just need a Locust pilot.
Yeah.
Who's annoying that makes us want to SWAT?
But also, like, it was really effective.
Joe?
I think when Joe and Henny come in, they're both going to have bigger units than a Locust.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be, like, they're going to step in as this unit grows.
Yeah. They're going to be our salvage add-ons.
Unless we hear stuff back from folks in the chat, I was thinking it might be a nice tribute to assign the Locust to Sky.
Yeah, hey, I'll take that from my daughter. That would be an honor.
Because we miss you, Sky, and
we do,
also
we
Taylor.
Do, sweetheart. Yep.
So unless we hear something back, we're going to stick her in there. Because she is young, and I correlate that with being fast. So
for those of you that don't watch regularly, my daughter and her husband just recently, 2.5 weeks ago, moved to merry old England as my daughter is doing her PhD at Oxford University. I'm bragging now. She's doing it at Oxford University for the next 6 years. So, yes, I miss my sweetheart, but she is in good hands, and I hope they have the time of their life while they're over there, and I'll see them again at Christmas. So,
all right, let's stick Sky there for now. Okay, then we have the initial 400 PV for the network.
We do, we
Yeah,
do.
and I think we have minis for enough of that. There might be some plastic surgery. That might be a
Oh,
Joe
there's
thing.
definitely
That
gonna be
might
kit
be a
bashing.
yeah.
I'll put the sword onto the charger for sure, and we can probably kit bash the Nova
Hmm.
for sure.
That's easy.
So that'll
LRM20s are
work.
everywhere.
Um, I would like to thank everybody tonight for their support. Everybody hanging out here and chatting with us, helping us get this off the ground. Now, anybody here have questions? We touched on some tactics and strategy early on about how I would build a unit and how we ended up ultimately building this unit. About how you should build your own forces at home for the upcoming release of Aces, and you got your Hinterlands book. Again, you got more books in 2026 coming out too. They got what's the
Oh, the Draconis March.
Draconis March book will be coming
Yeah.
out at some point, right? So these are all cool things that are gonna have lots of scenarios. So any questions you guys got, fire away. We got some time here. It's 8:30, right? So
Hmm. That's right, Karamindy. That is a Firestarter FS9 S2. And what I'm going to do is clean up. While we're waiting for folks in the chat
yep.
to catch up with us questions, I am just going to clean this up. And then I wonder how well an Excel spreadsheet would translate into YouTube.
So I'm thinking
It's-
most likely we'll start this in about 2 weeks. Okay, I got to give Les enough time to paint the miniatures. I was razzing him tonight on the way home from work, saying, I'm gonna tell everybody on stream that you'll have them ready for next Friday. But he just started. He just changed companies, and he's at a new place, and he's getting his feet wet, getting to know everybody there. So that's probably putting him under a little bit too much pressure to get stuff done right now. So probably 2 weeks before we get the unit painted up. Now a lot of this is smaller stuff, the helicopter and the tank and whatnot are not going to take up that much time to get done. What do we got here? Knowing the box assumes your own Alpha Strike to start for Aces. Oh, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to go off computer because my battery just died. I'm gonna go to my phone. And let me just get back here into the chat. Okay, here we go. For Aces, how many points should we aim for as a starting if two players want to play cooperatively with 2 to 4 mechs each? So Aces, it starts you off at 400 points. Okay, that's going to be your starting point in the Aces book.
minimum 8 units if
Yeah.
you're playing Scouring Sands.
Yeah.
So what we just did here tonight, pretty good example of how to build a force exactly for that.
Yeah. Now, you can bring whatever you already have, or if you want to be advanced, you can stick to the mull and faction specific. I would say use Force Manual, but the Force Manuals aren't out for the Old Clan era yet. They are only for the Clan Invasion and late Succession Wars at this point. All of the Storm Warden's Merc Company Mercs are now primed. Oh, nice. Some Elementals, too. All right. Any other questions there, guys? Feel free to ask. I'll go back over to I'll give you guys another shot of the table. And we got the...
Is there a restriction on pilot steel so that you have to level U? It's your mech warriors and Scouring Sands are all starting at 4-5, and we'll be building experience as they play the campaign. I think that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
The projected street date for Aces, they're still looking at Black Friday.
Yeah.
4 mechs, each of the weight classes mechs. But 400 PV. Yeah, that's the magic number.
Kamindy, thank you very much.
Well, Karamindy has a slightly different point value than I do, so we might have to double check those variants.
She got 403. Okay. We'll double check it. Worst case, we just trim Andrew. He's like fat off the end of the pork chop. How do SPAs factor? So SPAs and Aces are more or less this here. So your edge points. Okay. I won't get too deep into the mechanic of this right now, but you'll spend edge points to give yourself SPAs for one-time use during games. Okay. The things you can buy them with your XP. Feel free to downgrade my battle armor to something without wheels. Yeah, we could. That would be the easiest thing, because that is a 20-point battle armor. We can get it down to 15 points easily, or 17 points even is all you got to get to.
Well, we'll rebuild it.
But it's a 4/4 battle armor, which is just ugly.
I'm rebuilding it through Mule as well now to see if I can catch where there might have been something wrong. I will let you all know. While Paul is keeping an eye on the chat.
I'm just looking. It's a lot smaller now than it being on the computer.
Yeah.
I forgot to plug my laptop in before we started, so I was just running off the battery, and I had been working on it before, so it died on me. Okay. Any other questions, anybody? There, you got anything else you want to know about aces, unit building, list building? List building's the big one, right? So that's a common question. Most people have a lot, especially new players, right? So for new players getting into the game, I know this was a chat in one of the discords I saw earlier today. When you're starting out, if it was even 5 years ago, it was not an easy answer to point somebody in the right direction of which books you should get. You probably get about 20 different answers from 20 different people. And they would always usually say, hey, I know such and such. They've been playing for 10 years. You want to hang out with them, and they'll get you. They'll teach you the ropes. But now we do have a series of books out there that Catalyst has released. Your Force manuals, which are really good. The Mercenaries box set, Game of Armor Combat, and Alpha Strike. And now, of course, Aces is coming out in the Hinterlands books. All show you how to build units and start units in your own campaigns. My personal opinion, BattleTech is best when it's played narratively. I know we have competitive players out there, but BattleTech is in its groove when you play it narratively, and you're allowed to build your own units, and you start keeping track of who you're paying and how the experience is going, and guys getting better and guys getting older, and all upgrading your mechs getting damaged, having to replace them. That's BattleTech at its sweet spot, right? So there's lots of cool things out there now that you can do. I would suggest anybody who's getting in, grab yourself the Force manuals. Those are really cool if you haven't got them yet, even in the PDF form if you don't have them in book form at your local game store. The PDFs are great. Gives you a lot of flavor, especially if you got brand new players outside yourself and maybe your kids or your friends. They give you paint schemes, gives you a good feel. Also, the Universe book obviously is a very, very good primer, 300 pages. But you know what? It's an easy read to get through.
To answer some questions in there, Karamindy, the thing that you and I were doing differently is the difference between the advanced SRM and regular SRM Tortoise 2 squads. We're using the A SRM squad, which is exactly 20 points. I'm guessing you were using the standard SRM ones, which was 23. With the exact 20-point one, that comes to a total of 400.
So, Douglas, to answer your question, no, there's no specific faction that you should pick that would be more flavorful for the campaign. You're fighting the Jade Falcons. You're pretty much straight up. You can do whatever you want. If you want to get flavorful for the area that it's in, Steiner's there near the Hinterlands, right? So Lyrans, any Merc units, any Draconis Combine units as well, from the north part along the borderline there, near Twycross, right? Because that's where most of this takes place, in that area near Twycross. So anything around there, south of it is you got Davian space, right?
Side note, if anyone hasn't looked yet at master unit lists at the art for the Tortoise 2 battle armor, that is bananas.
It's a Hot Wheels car, that's what I said.
Yeah, no, I heard you say it. I'm looking at it right now.
Steve, have a good night.
That's wild.
And Kermendi sent you a message over on Discord
Yep.
with a list. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Kermendi.
Thanks, Kermendi.
All right,
Amazing.
I think looks like everybody's wrapping up here for tonight. No, we wouldn't have said Clan Wolf. Clan Wolf's already got enough plot armor so far in the Ilk Clan era. Like, I don't think we need any more.
Huh.
I think we might get things wrapped up here tonight. So, just a quick recap. We have built tonight the network, the first mercenary unit that Jesse and I have built along with you guys for the Ill Clan era that will begin its touring in the Hinterlands book, which will then progress into Ace's Scouring Sands once we're able to start doing that live on stream. That date to be confirmed on that, but it won't be that long. And then we'll progress that along through with each of the box sets as they release. We will be playing every Friday night. We will be doing games from start to finish, including the XP and calculation and repairs and whatnot. Through streams. We're going to play 2 hours a night, so if we leave off halfway through, we'll continue it the next week. We're going to have a rotating schedule in the chair to our right. It's going to be Adrian. Josh will be here once a month. We'll have some new players for Newbie Tech coming in that we can have drive the J27 ordnance truck. And have some fun with it. And, of course, everybody in the chat, join us every Friday night, because what we're going to do, as I said, we are going to have, like we do in our Dungeons and Dragons Deadliest Dungeon, we are going to have, you're going to have the ability to buy us these edge ability cards from the Aces box on the moment to give us a new die roll, to give us ability, to give us an edge point, to help affect the outcome of the game. Okay, so that'll be how you guys get to interact with it. And of course, the people who we've named, you're gonna be in the chat usually coming in, so you're more than welcome to give your 2 cents online when you're there. To
Or literally your $2 to give your guy an edge point.
To give your guy an edge point to keep yourself alive. I think at some point during the week I'll come up with some other little neat initiatives. Like who can keep alive the longest. Maybe win some prizes doing some stuff like that for people, right? So we do appreciate the support, guys. It's really important to us here. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already done that. And I will pass things over to Jesse to do the sign-off for tonight.
Absolutely. Once we're done the stream, this video will be available again. We'd love it if you'd come back and comment. That's real important for the algorithm. And it's just to help folks sort of understand the point, especially since we're doing something a little different today. Just let them know what's going on. I will, of course, share the information on the network that we built. I'm going to double-check it against Karamindi's list as well. Thank you again, Karamindi, and everyone who's provided the support for today. If you are in the Greater Toronto area, Fochts Network, we're playing BattleTech throughout Toronto and towards the lakeward periphery, as I understand it's being called out there now. It doesn't just have to be on YouTube. You can come and play with us. We are playing in Barrie on Monday nights at Sir Games a Lot. We're playing in Toronto on Wednesday nights at the Hairy Tarantula. We have, what else do we have going on? There's stuff happening at the is the round table game?
So there's a game. There's a fairly regular game at the round table in Guelph on Saturdays. There's a couple of the guys.
That's it.
The CDT also runs games not too far here from our studio over at Forbes Hobbies.
Right, Forbes.
There's every Wednesday night. There's a regular with the CDT. We also got Josh Dirksen, creator of Aces, running at Game Chamber in London on Thursday nights. Always organizing a game of some sort, whether it's classic or Aces, obviously. And
otherwise, we'll be back every Friday. Sometimes there's stuff on other days as well, like they had the box opening last Sunday, so keep an eye on Six Sides of Gaming to see all kinds of cool updated Aces stuff.
Did you mention the Halloween party?
Oh, right. We're going to be, it's October 24th,
Yep.
I think. We're going to be at the Anime North Halloween party. That's usually
Japanese Cultural Center in Toronto, Ontario.
You got it. We always run a lot of fun, cool. We had a Crititech board there last time. Really unique venue. So if you're in Toronto and you're going to be there and you want to pop by, we'd love to see you. Also, every Monday morning, you can now catch the Second Circuit, a casual BattleTech hangout. It's an audio podcast that folks from Fochts are doing. The members of the Fochts events team are just hanging out and talking BattleTech. You want to hang out with us? That's updated weekly with new episodes. Also a great way just to sort of be in touch.
Those will be on Six Sides of Gaming probably starting next week as well, and we'll batch them up, and then you guys can listen and then come on here and listen to them and see them again. Okay?
Amazing. Last reminder before we go, we will probably get this network stuff started in just a couple of weeks. We've got some kit bashing to do and then some painting to be done by Les Mandeville at the Underground Painter's Desk, who's our studio painter and a dear friend and a very, very talented gentleman. That, I think, covers just about everything. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a good night. We'll see you next week here on Friday Night Aces.
Night, folks.